Hello. So good to see you on this beautiful Monday. I'm outside. It's beautiful, it's gorgeous. And before I share, I want to read from the Pleiadian Agenda again. I would like us all just to ground a little bit before I read this. It's a little bit of a challenging topic, but I feel like it's really important. So let's just ground. Let's take a beautiful deep breath in to the count of 4. Hold, and then release that breath. Take a couple more breaths, just feeling yourself in your body on this planet. Sometimes taking a pause in the day and utilizing the magic of breath is key. It has been a little bit of a challenging day, and I forget to breathe. And one of the things is that I'm working with gene keys, is constriction as my shadow and acceptance as my gift. And really feeling what it is to be resonating as acceptance in everything. Even when I say it, I shake my head. Acceptance, yes. It's just a yes. A big, beautiful yes. So I want to read today about violence in the media. I've taken a long time away from watching violence in media and the news. And I did this to protect myself from those energies. And there's a balance of being able to see what's going on and to get the information and then understanding what it is and how it is affecting us. So Barbara Hand Clows writes about this in a really incredible way, so I want to share this. And this is her channel, this isn't her writing. So, you've had many historical phases of great violence. The current increase is caused by the mass media. You are aware of many aspects of violence, but you do not necessarily experience them personally. This is creating a great distortion because, 1, violence is only relevant to the individual experiencing it, and 2, hundreds of millions of people hearing about global violence via the media badly distorts its actual meaning. Remember, during a traumatic event, the people watching it are often in more fear than the ones experiencing it. Before the advent of television and mass communication, you experienced violence rarely. Now you watch violence every day. From our Pleiadian perspective, you are responding to a degree of violence that is unparalleled since 10,800 BC, when your poles shifted, a time when there was a tremendous degree of violence. It is time for you to evaluate the impact of imprinting yourselves with so much violence via watching, since this makes you feel as upset as you felt during a real pole shifting. At least some of the psychics who are predicting great earth changes are basing these predictions on vibrations that you are emitting because you watch so much violence. Due to the violence in your media, Many of you are thrown in habitual fear of cataclysm. These fears last longer than any potential real cataclysm because you don't die. It's the old saying, the actual trauma was nothing compared to worrying about it. Your solar plexuses are being stirred up. Actual violence is increasing, and your reality is becoming a firestorm. Meanwhile, what happens during the coming journey in the photon band is not necessarily the same as the last journey. It is obvious that dramas in the media trigger real violence, and it is time for you to withdraw your support from this continual abuse. You are being duped, and your support of the system with your time and dollars confounds me. Meanwhile, 4D manipulators laugh at you. Even they are amazed at how far they can go. For them, it is just a joke that pays, and where you are the most out of your integrity is with money. When I read photons these days, I notice that many of you are responding too quickly to stimulation, making it difficult for you to hold your karmic integrity and your money. What do I mean by karmic integrity? When you are stimulated by something, you must remember to see how it feels to you first. Once you've really felt it, then you must turn on your brain big time and scan the issue. I'm going to read that one more time. When you are stimulated by something, you must remember to see how it feels to you first. Once you've really felt it, then you must turn on your brain big time and scan the issue. Use these marvelous data banks in your brains, for they create an energy field out of your bodies. Do that for a few days and synchronicities will happen that will show you how to respond. Why does this happen? As you scan your reality by means of your feelings and mental data banks, your guides, archetypal beings who work with your evolution, can trigger synchronicities sourced in many dimensions that will show you the next step to take. Beings in 4D are triggering people so fast these days that this results in violence. As your emotional bodies are awakened by the photon band, you may react and carry out agendas too fast. Your bodies have not released the fear that's being awakened. And so fear comes out as violence instead of spiritual realization. I'm going to stop there. So what this means to me is that because we've become so detached from our bodies that we don't know our own truth, our individual truth. So my prayer is that when we see something around us, when we hear something, when it is really intense and really violent, when it is really disrupting and hurtful and painful, to take the time to put your feet on the ground and feel what this is to you. Not to anyone else or not to anything else, just how it feels deeply inside of you. And that is where we find truth. And that is how we are free. That is how we are truly sovereign, when we are the arbitrators of our own truth, where we are the ones, we know what our truth is. So, with that, I leave you. I love you. I'm holding the vision of everyone finding their truth completely and fully and following it through all darkness, through all light, through everything. And so it is.